He's motherfucking! He's motherfucking! He's a big fucking! He thinks he's awesome!
Hey everybody, this is me, the Undead Viking, and one of the really cool things about watching this hobby grow, this designer board and card game hobby that we're all in love with, is that there are other things that are coming out. There are other products that are coming out that are enhancing the hobby that aren't just the games themselves. Now, if you go to conventions, if you go to game nights, if you go to any situation where you have to take your precious board games off your game shelves and bring them with you to whatever location, that's always kind of, I mean, maybe just for me, but I'm always kind of like, oh gosh, I really hope my games are okay. You know, you always have that in the back of your head. You don't want to drop it. You don't want the box to split. You don't want pieces to go missing. Those sorts of things. And also, you have to be kind of choosy. It's like, oh, I only got enough room. All these boxes stacked up. You know, I got to get like a bunch of these giant bins, storage bins, and put them in there. And then, you know, all of a sudden the back of your car is full and you don't even have room for luggage or anything else. So, you know, to actually like pare it down a little bit, you know, people come up with like clever ways to do it. You know, they get smaller boxes or go ahead and like maybe put box in box kind of thing and so on and so forth, which, you know, works and that's fine. And I've definitely done it myself. But then finally, like somebody actually realized the need for something a little better and they actually did that. This is the Board and Bits Traveler Bag. Now this is what I was sent to test out and to bring games with me to wherever I go. Now, I'm going to kind of show you, I'm going to cut away here, and I'm going to let you see inside the bag and what have you, but I recently took to the open board game night at my game store. I took like 6 board games, like full-size board games, right? And I crammed them in this sucker. And you're saying, well, how is that possible? Well, I'm going to show you how that's possible. And it is way more simple than you think. And I'm just going to, like, you know, show you how you're able to pare stuff down. All right, so let me show this to you, and then I'll kind of show the other aspects of this that are pretty sweet and pretty nice as far as its portability and it's just ease of use. All right, cool. Alright, before I go ahead and dive in and show you how I'm going to put this box of my Game of Thrones board game in this box here, I should say bag, the Boards and Bits Traveler, I'm just going to kind of show you what it looks like. You know, 2 big sturdy handles. They have the little grippy thing where you can put the handles together so they don't come out. I always like that. And also, if you don't want to carry it by the handles, it does have these 2 snaps on the side that you can put, you know, this longer strap, this shoulder strap that you can put on there, and so you can carry it like so. This is like the perfect size if you're traveling by plane, where you can have it as a carry-on piece of luggage. And also, as I open this up and kind of dig in here just a little bit, we got the whole double zipper thing, but also the material, it isn't soft, it is a rigid PVC plastic type of situation, and you have, you know, this side. Now, the one cool thing is that it is actually adjustable. This divider here is Velcro, and there's Velcro on the inside, so you can adjust that to whatever size you need on either side of this panel. It does have pockets on either side for your odds and ends and a pocket on the front. But anyway, so how does this work? How do I take this board game here and get it in this bag and not have to take this box? Well, so you take your board game like so. We're just going to take this open. And you get these bags, and like these are just little like components bags, and so these have little zippers on them as well. And so then you just take the items inside here, and I'm going to use a couple of them. I could, you know, cram these in here a little bit, but I want to, you know, bend my cards. And you can actually get, you know, more of these, obviously, and I just have 2 here to show you this. And in my situation, I use these 2, but then when I had more games that I brought to my gaming meetup, what I did was I just brought, you know, some of my own Ziploc bags, those big gallon-sized Ziploc bags to carry my bits for each game. But here we go. So we go ahead and take those. We have a few extra larger cardboard bits that weren't in those, so let's just go ahead and take, you know, the sword. We're going to go ahead and jam that in there. I'll take these, put those in there. And then these have their own little individual zippers as well, so we will close these up to make sure that they are secure. Do that with this one. Now I'm weird, in which case if any of my games that I carry, I actually put all the cards for a game in one of these little deck boxes. That's just me, but you could just as easily have your cards in a Ziploc bag and put them in one of these bit boxes. And now we have the player screens, and we have the board, and we have our rules and reference materials. So I take the rules and I go ahead and I place these within the rules so I know that they're in there. And now I have this box, and I can just go ahead and get rid of that. I don't need it right now. I hope that's okay. And then, so now we can go ahead and transfer everything to the bag. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the board, the biggest part. We're going to put that right there. Notice how it's the perfect size, and this top is rigid as well, so you don't have to worry about it being, you know, I can't beat on that. I can't bend that up. We take our bags that have our components, put those in there like so, and then we take the rules, and there's a second flap that's back here, and obviously the rules are the thinnest part, and so you can put lots of different rules in the back, so you have the 3 different sections. Take my box of cards. I'm going to close that up, zip it closed, and now I can take this with me wherever I go. Now you can see there are lots of different options. Like if you have larger game boards, like this is actually a thick game board, obviously, because it is like that larger game board for Game of Thrones. But you can definitely, like I said, you can go ahead and adjust. Like let's say you have more bits than you have game boards. You can move your divider back to allow more room in the front panel if you so desired, and like that. And so you could have more room if you wanted to, or whatever. It's completely adjustable, completely changeable. And like I said, as soon as I walked in, everybody was like, oh, do you have, like, you only brought 1 or 2 games this time, Lance? No, I brought a ton of games because I was able to keep them all separate, everything in here, and then I just left the game boxes on my table when I got home. It's just a matter of swapping everything back out, put them back on the shelf, and we're good to go. I adore this product. I go to tons of like local game meetups. I go to local conventions that I drive to, and I no longer have to take that giant tub of games with me wherever I go. I can take them all in one package right here and everything that I need. If you are anybody that takes your games anywhere and you are worried about scuff marks on your game boxes, or just the ability to be able to take more of the games that you really wish you could and be able to do it in like with less effort, I strongly suggest you take a look at the Boards and Bits Traveler. It is amazing. Oh, and I forgot to show you the bottom. The bottom has the strong little grippies and stuff like that, so you don't have to worry about it sliding around, extra friction, stuff like that. It's just a top quality product. They really put a lot of work and effort into it, and I invite you to go ahead and check that out if it interests you. All right, well, thanks very much for taking the time to watch this. I hope you get one of these, and I hope I see a lot of these at the conventions that I'll be going to in the future. All right, you have an awesome day.